And go.
Chapter 2. I thought that what I would do is have Chapter 2 follow Chapter 1 in this book and precede Chapter 3.
Now, was that just an artistic decision, Steve, or?
It just sort of flowed that way.
Interesting. How did you not number, but title the chapters?
Oh, I believe in Kleenex Guards, it was Phoenix Guards, right? Sorry, it was in which I think all the chapters were in which this happens, and so I switched that to what did I do with which treats of, I think, yeah, but I don't think anyone will be surprised to know that I had really enjoyed the chapter titles. One of the things we did with this book is once it was rolling, now it was Phoenix Guards. Once that was rolling, I was doing all my writing, as I did until very recently, in Emacs. And my friend David Dyer Bennett came up with, I don't remember if it's a major mode or a minor mode, for me to write, and then modified it specifically for these books because of the chapter titles.
Were they too long for it to handle?
No, it wasn't that. It was that it was, okay, like chapter 2 is which treats of pastries and the care that must, or chapter 3, I guess, is the one I got it open to. Let's back that up. Which treats an old friend and his conversations with 3 acquaintances from the past.
Right.
But up at the top of the page, on the right-hand side, it says 3 old acquaintances. Right?
Oh, right.
An abbreviated form. And those were really important to me, is that when I was coming up with the title, I had to think about what the abbreviated title would look like too, and that factored into it, because that's just the sort of thing I like.
That's kind of an attention to detail that I think we appreciate in you.
It's okay. That's one of the fun things, is playing with that kind of thing. I had so much fun with those chapter titles.
Yeah, all of these videos are going to sort of devolve into you talking about things and giving interesting details, and then I compliment you on behalf of readers, and then you get embarrassed, and then we have to backtrack.
Yeah.
That's going to be sort of our...
That will be our pattern. That, in fact, it will become a recurring motif. That's a writer term.
Oh, that's one of those, literary things.
A literary term that means something.
Cool.
The fun part, the most fun in this chapter for me was the describing the changes in Kovrin's character.
It's one of those times when you're telling instead of showing, but you're also showing.
Yeah, you're right. It's mostly telling, but it had such a delightful Baroque feel to it. If you know what I mean? Is now we are going to look back on this, and here is how he has changed, and it sort of establishes. It kind of establishes a base, but it was really fun to do. And once Pell shows up, roughly halfway through the chapter or something, I don't know. I remember all of a sudden that took off. That was the point. That was the point where I really felt like I was in the groove. Once I had Kovrin and Pell talking to each other, things started flowing really nicely.
Excellent. And it's good to see Pell. Who would you have play Pell in a movie?
What a wonderful question. I am so... I know so few actors, but wow. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, God. Okay, that would be fun.
Or Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Time is a flat circle. That's a pretty Yendi sort of thing going on there.
the thing is, Pell is beautiful, right? I mean, and at various times traded on his beauty.
Yeah, so that might kind of rule out Benedict Cumberbatch, who is wonderful and interesting, but is known for looking weird.
Okay, all right, all right.
But, you know, all right, well, that's kind of neither here nor there. Anything else that you have on chapter two?
Let's see. Was there anything that came to mind? Yeah. The initial stuff between Kavrin and the Emperor on this reread doesn't flow as well as it felt like it did when I wrote it. And I was looking at it going, is that forced? Is that, does that feel like an author trying to generate something? Because it's an interesting fact that something, as you're writing it, can flow really smoothly and it can flow naturally and feel contrived, or be extremely contrived and feel entirely natural. You can't count on how you feel about it to be
Right.
So that was on this reread. I was looking at that, going, did that? How much of that just sort of came out, and how does it feel? So I don't know.
I don't think it's contrived. I think this might be an instance where the author, in this case that's you, Steve, might be sort of nitpicking a little bit after the fact.
Well, you kind of can't help doing that, though.
I mean, that's literally what the point of this exercise is, so.
Exactly. Okay, that's about it, what I have on chapter 2, I think.
All right, well, hooray for chapter 2. We'll see everyone again for chapter the 3rd.
All right.